Want to know how we drink? We drink sexy. And it's because we drink 500 vodka. It's gluten-free, corn-based, and offers 3 premium products that is unmatched in the market today. Super ultra premium neutral, coconut pineapple, and strawberry lime. It is available in Total Wine stores in San Antonio, Texas, and Austin, Texas. If you want to vibe with us, then drink responsibly. Drink sexy. Drink 500 vodka.
Listening to a podcast. Now you are listening to the Pimp Gas. You thought you were listening to a podcast. Now you are listening to the Pimp Gas. You thought you were listening to a podcast. Now you are listening to the Pimp Gas. You thought you were listening to Now you are listening to the Pimp. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whenever you decided to tune in to the Velvet Vibez podcast, the best podcast in the motherfucking world. Yeah, you may be sitting on the couch, you may be sitting on the toilet, you may be asleep with one earbud in, but as long as you're supporting, it's all good. I don't know how you fell asleep that fast. Maybe your ass is bored with what's going on with all this quarantine that's going on. With that being said, I don't think I have to too much tell you what's going on because I think you know what's going on. We are in the great state of Texas, so we are in one of these shut down states. So you may be saying, hey, I don't hear anybody else in the background. It's Velvet Vibez shut down along with everything else. Well, the reason you hear my voice, because no, we're not shut down. We're keeping it going. We're keeping it trucking. We're booming as usual. We have ourselves a Velvet Vibez dog. Looks like my Velvet Vibez dog has to go bathroom. You have to go bathroom, baby? This recording, she just wants a treat. I'm going to keep it real smooth. Lanopoly is doing good. Velvet Juggernaut is doing lovely. S.A. Wildchild is doing lovely. And Scorp Huncho is doing lovely as well. We are separated, like Avant said. Keeping ourselves in a situation where we can feel lovely. So we're going to still drop an episode. I have a great interview that we did online with Gasner, the artist. We're going to switch it up. You've been hearing a lot of hippity hoo-ha and a hippity hoo-hop. And you've been hearing a bunch of trap and trap soul. We got a country artist today. Let's go ahead and get to it. Go ahead and pour yourself up some 500. If you can tell in my voice, yes, I'm recording this in the morning with one eye open and one eye closed. Shout out to Forrest Whitaker. Let's go ahead and get right to this interview, baby.
Like Tennessee fireworks got me tripping in the back of my truck under the Big Dipper. I had a lot of sugar, baby, that's a fact. But ain't nobody kissed me like that. Gotta re-up. Lives like cotton, she's a pretty little thing. Got her tattoo showing through the hole in her jeans. And I met her in the summer at a Whole Foods store. She's the healthiest thing that I ever saw. And had to make my move on her real quick. We hit it off real good, so we kicked it. Even though I just met her, I had to see her another night.
They say too much of anything ain't good for you. But I can't get enough, girl, I gotta re-up.
Like Tennessee fireworks got me
We got here Gasner, the artist, on the hotline. First off, as we're hearing this jam that you dropped prior to the episode, you definitely cooking with grease. Go ahead and matter of fact, I don't think there's no further introduction needed. we're going to get ready to jump right on into it. But
yes, sir.
So tell me this: what was your path to get into music? Period. Anyway.
Actually, man, my path, man, it was already set for me. My whole family is vocal. They're vocalists. My dad, his mom, his sister, all my mom's brothers. So I sung with them, doing harmonies and stuff like that. So, my dad stayed on me. He was like, hey, man, this is what you're going to do. I didn't let him know till I was about 6 years old. He said, man, you know how to sing? I said, yeah. He said, why you didn't say something? So
yeah.
Once I did that, he worked me out, and also my mom, all of her brothers. So it was just in the family, man. In the family.
Cool. And I think this question kind of goes without being asked, but I'm gonna ask anyway. What makes your music different from anybody else? Because we know everybody's a singer, everybody's a rapper, everybody's an artist of some sort. What makes your music different?
Well, I'll tell you, I did R&B most of my life, but I've always liked different, other types of music, rock and, country and all this stuff like that. So I decided to change hats and be a country artist. So I think what'll separate me from some of the other country artists, and me being African American, bringing some soul to it, man. That's the R&B element that's in me, but not disrespecting country at the same time. But just my own, my own way of what I think country is me.
You know what? I got to compliment you on that too, because I did notice, like, when I was listening to your tunes, I was like, he can pull off R&B if he wanted to. I didn't know this information at that time, but I was like, but at the same time, it didn't seem false, because there's some people that get into country. I wouldn't say they're false, but it just is kind of not country. Like, you hear it and you're like, I don't know if this is country. It's kind of pop or alternative type of vibe. But it's like you somehow you managed to stay in that pocket, but you could still hear the R&B elements.
Well, I'll tell you, and that's something that I learned from my uncle. And my Uncle David, he's passed away, may he rest in peace, but he said, hey, Gab, he would play the Temptations for me. He said, man, what you think make the sound of the Temptations? I said, huh? He said, what you think make the sound of it? He said, listen to David Ruffin, how he attacks his vocals. So they taught me how to, when I hear something, to even if I'm not this person, I'm going to put you in that mood.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some people don't know how, like, if you're a gospel singer, you got to know how to take some of that off. You're going to do country. You can't put it on there. It's not going to work. And also, I feel it. I love country music. I love the storytelling, and it's in my heart. So, and just, man, I just love, like I say, the storytelling in it. I get a chance to do real instruments and sing soulfully. I love it, man.
Cool. And I know, I was wondering this. Do you have any, I'm sure you get this, with Lil Nas X being in the game, do you get people that think that you're in it for that purpose just because there's an opening? Like, do you get questions?
I haven't heard that yet, but I'm sure I probably will hear it. And go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And if they did, once they hear the music, they'll know and they'll hear the passion.
Exactly.
If you really listening and not stereotyping, and you really listen, hey, this boy is really, he means what he's saying, and he's true to country music and what he's doing.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm definitely vibing with it. I do need to ask you this, and this is how we can see where your head is with the music altogether. If you got the opportunity to work with 3 celebrities, feature-wise, who would you? And they don't have to be country. It can, period. Just who would you like to work with?
That's a good one. I know definitely. Man, if Prince was still living, like, I think that would have just, man, knocked my socks off to be in the room with Prince, working with him, man. I think he's, one of the best, man. would say I love Beyonce too. She's incredible.
Okay.
Beyonce would be one of them. If I went on the country side, I like Kane Brown, his tone.
Okay. Yep.
I like to, work with him.
I'm familiar. Now looking here, this is one of the main important things that is required to have in music is the work ethic. How, like where do you, and I know you said that your family, have been involved in music. Where do you get your work ethic from, and what keeps you motivated? Because it's easy to put music out and just kind of be like, all right, it's going to do what it's going to do.
I think I'll start with what keeps me motivated is hearing other incredible talent. Like if I hear a song and it just fires me up, it sends me to the studio. I gotta not come up with what they came up with, but it makes me want to work. And also, like I said before in the beginning, man, I'm not exaggerating. My dad, and it wasn't work to me. He would sing with me. We would sing from like 5 in the evening till daylight.
Wow.
I'm not exaggerating. Like for at least 2 and 3 days while I'm visiting him. And sometimes he would go over the same part over and over and again. And this happens in the studio. You gotta be ready for it. And I think from that happening, it got me ready. Like when I'm in the studio, I'm focused. I don't like phones out. Like if I'm writing with somebody, I just don't. I like to stay true to the music because being on your phone, you can miss something. You can mess up a record.
That's a fact.
Pay attention. Yeah.
Well, with you being through that, I think I know the answer to this, but I still like to ask: do you feel like you take criticism well, and do you feel like you have real people around you that tell you those things? Because a lot of people have a bunch of yes men or a bunch of yes, this is fire. Yes, this is fire.
Yeah. Years ago, man, somebody introduced me to constructive criticism, and it's like, hey, Gaz, if you want to check, you got to change the production. All your stuff sounds the same. I said, wow, it cut me. Yeah. But I went home and I listened to it. I said, he's right. The tempos were around about the same. The sounds were the same. It's okay to have your sound, but it was just too close. And the next time I saw him, I got to check. So that opened me up.
Wow.
I listened. So now I don't care if a person, if I'm on the street, if it's true and you're true to the music, and if they give you and say, hey man, I think if you take out that bass line like that, I like to try things. Let me try that, see what happens.
Facts.
I mean, I think always stay a student. Always stay a student.
Facts.
Always learn. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with that. Now, because that's something a lot of artists don't have is constructive criticism, or they're not able to take it,
right.
Or they don't have people around them that will tell them that.
Right.
And so I commend you for, having that kind of, squad, because there's a lot of people that everybody in the circle is saying fire. Everything you do is fire. Everything's amazing. and
I tell you something I used to do.
Go ahead.
Not to cut you off, but tell you so much to do. There's certain people that know got a good ear. Like, if I got them in the room and they come in and I'm working on something, this is my first. If they're not nodding their head, I stop working on the song.
You already
without
know.
conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ain't nobody. Let me try something. Then I try something else, another idea. Hey, what's that? I got something right.
Yeah, I feel you.
I got something now.
I feel you on that. So
I can't please myself. I gotta please people.
Facts.
You can't harm. You can't be nothing. We're nothing without fans and without listeners. You gotta be real, man. You gotta be real with stuff.
Where are you from originally? Let's see if we can get some roots.
I'm originally from Michigan. I was born in Saginaw, Michigan. Went to school in Flint, Michigan. But I've lived somewhere everywhere: Manhattan, Chicago, Cleveland, Ohio, Atlanta, Georgia, and now I'm out here by Nashville, Spring Hill.
Cool. Yeah, it makes sense because with you answering that question, it looks like you've been around, and it all makes sense. Sometimes you get people that's involved in, not that it matters, but in certain genres, and then they're from somewhere totally the opposite, and it gets a little more alarming. No, so yeah, your musical path makes a lot of sense to me. like I said, I heard the music. The listeners are definitely just getting exposed if they haven't been exposed already. I want to know this. Right now, we all know what's going on with this coronavirus and stuff like that. How is it affecting you business-wise, and what are you doing to stay productive during this time?
Well, man, definitely, man, and just to add, man, my heart goes out to all those families, man, that has lost loved ones. And it's stressful, man. It's very hard. I actually was supposed to go to last Saturday to Texas to perform in Texas.
Wow.
And it got canceled. And quite a few gigs got canceled, so that hits the pocket. But I'm okay with it because I'm safe. I can stay home. I'm close to. I get to spend a little bit more time with my kids, with my two children at the house. And also, I finished mixing my records. I got time to finish things I need to finish on the album.
Facts. Now, and I kind of want to go back to this studio vibe that we was discussing. When you're writing music, are you? Because I know this happens. It works differently with a lot of people. Do you write to the music, or do you? Because some people just write all the time, and then you find beats or music that goes to it, or have somebody play to it. What's your process?
Man, my process is a few things. Sometimes I get songs in my dream, in the midst of me waking up. If I don't get up, it's gone. So a lot of times I'll get up and put the melody and kind of whisper it, kind of put it down, go back to sleep.
So hold on. You'll jump out your sleep and start working on a song?
Yes, sir.
I had to make sure we caught that.
and it sounds like, so I gotta figure this out. So when I wake up, I'm like, and most of the time I'll figure out, okay, this is the melody in the pocket I was doing, and I'll text what I think this song should be, like what it should be talking about.
Yeah.
You may say something. You may say, I got a song called "Drinking About You" on the album. I can't stop drinking about you. It's like that's like two things: thinking about you, drinking about you.
Yeah.
Somebody said something. I said, let me put that in my pocket. You may say something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be through conversation, or the last song. I think you heard that. Last song. That's the last song I wrote for the album, but it's from personal experience. Some stuff is from personal experiences. Sometimes I may hear a track, and it brings melody. And the track will tell you what this song should be because of the vibe of the track. And you just gotta, man, honestly, I let the spirit, man, God-given gift, I let him guide it. Like a lot of times, sometimes these songs write themselves.
Facts. Hey,
write themselves. You ain't even writing it. It's like, that, and it's done.
It's a puzzle. You got to put that puzzle together. I do.
Yeah,
I want to ask you this too, because we don't want to not give credit where credit is due. From my understanding, you've had some dealings with some big artists in many ways. You go ahead. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I co-produced with R. Kelly. I co-produced a record called "Text Me" on Untitled album.
Okay.
I did some stuff with Keith Sweat and Keisha Cole. On Why Did I Get Married soundtrack. A lot of stuff, bro. Joe, I did some writing with Joe, the R&B artist Joe.
Okay, yeah.
Life Jennings did Cops Up with Life Jennings.
Damn.
Me and my buddy Tony.
Yeah.
I can go on and on.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like big records, but I got my feet wet. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I've been producing for a long time, so I love being in the studio, man, and I love collabing with people. I ain't selfish. It's enough room. Get some help sometimes. You know what I mean?
So, which you dabbling in production? Do you do your own production, or a little both? Like sometimes you do some, and then sometimes you branch out.
I do most of the music, and if it's something I can't do, I'll have a guitar player or bass player, somebody come in. But like 95% of the time, I'm doing most of the production.
Tell me, how do you because bad feedback on some artists that say, like J. Cole has this, Big Crit does it, they do a lot of productions for themselves. However, a lot of times the music, in my opinion and a lot of people's opinion, it sounds the same very, very frequently. So how do you, producing for yourself, how do you make it sound different? Because you already told me about, the criticism you've got in the past. What are you doing?
Well, like getting outside of my comfort zone and listening to other things and other people, and just not going to my go-to sound. That's the thing, you got your go-to. Some things you keep in there, but you just got to listen to different things, man. And they, open. It could be a new program, a new music program that's doing something that you would never do. Like he might push one button and it just does this incredible thing that you wouldn't do by yourself. And it's just, just staying colorful and open, man. Because I definitely I can't stand having stuff like really, just being the same tempo and same sound.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So now,
it's okay to have an album that got a vibe.
Yeah, of course.
When you do your next album, what you gonna do?
Yeah, you're gonna have to switch it up.
Gotta switch it up.
Do you now with that being said, what is there any artists or music? Because I know you say you listen to rock and things like that. Are there any artists or music that you listen to that people would be shocked that you listen to?
Yeah, man. I'll tell you, some people, especially like people that have followed me over the years and know, they're gonna be shocked to hear me doing country. They're not ready for it. Wait a minute, Gas doing country now?
Is this your first country album?
Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
Wow.
And I got open to it by I go out with a corporate band. So we do like corporate parties and weddings. And I had to sing Rascal Flatts, My Wish. And I had to do that for a wedding that kind of opened me up. I said, man, I love this. The writing, man. I've been doing about country music, but I really had to learn all the lyrics. And it just opened me wide up. But
you mentioned the album on more than one occasion. It sounds like we're pushing a release soon. I can't speak on that. How soon are we, look, and if you can give the name of the album, it's all up to you. If you want to drop any plugs, any shout outs or anything like that, where can people find you? Where can people find your music?
Well, actually right now, so none of the music is out as of right now, but the first single will be Re-Up. That'll be the first single, Re-Up. We'll be dropping it real soon. We have some labels and some different people fighting at us, so we in the process of taking care of some biz before that happens. But it's coming real soon, man. Real soon. The album is self-titled Gasner, the artist. Everybody can follow me on IG at Gasner _ the artist. I want to say shouts out to my management, Dario Green.
Hey.
What's up, D? Yeah, Dario called me, man, one day and said, hey, Gas, what you doing with that country stuff, man? This was before he was managing me. I said, nothing. He said, man, let's go get it. But,
he was pushing for you to do it.
How long what now?
He was pushing for you to do it, huh?
Yeah. He was like, what you doing with it? Like, you need to do something with this music, man. And I love Dario. I've been knowing him for many years, and, it's a lot of trust there, and he's a really great guy, man. So
same here. Mutual friend, man.
Yeah. So, but just a lot of people, a couple people helped me on this album, man. That I want to send shouts out to. My man JC, he played live drums on it. My man Prince, he played guitar. Dre, she wrote 2 songs on there, and that I produced the tracks on. My buddy Javon Dewan out of Atlanta, Georgia. Want to say what's up to them.
Hey man, shoot, ain't nothing wrong with that. It looks like and I know you can't give us too much. I hear you saying it's releasing soon. We're gonna be ready. I'm assuming it's gonna be available on all streaming platforms.
Oh yeah, yes sir. Just right now we're seeing who we're gonna go with, label wise. But we definitely got some things out there. It's coming soon, man. I'm excited. I can't wait. Back in my head, like I can't wait for people to hear it.
Same here. I'm ready to hear it too. We if we can go on and knock this corona out and people can behave and stay in the house, we can get you back to business. It sounds like you you can't sign paperwork that you need to be signing. You might be doing DocuSign record deals.
Hey, man, God's willing, man. It's all in His will. Whatever He wants for me, man, I respect it. I respect, His will. Sometimes we try to do things in our own will and kind of mess things up. I'm not forcing anything. I'm going to let Him work.
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you what, you gave us the date. Well, not actually the date, but you gave us the information. We know what's coming.
Yes, sir.
Did you drop that IG? Can you drop that IG one more time?
Yes, sir. That's Gasner _ the artist on IG. Follow me. Come on now.
Definitely. We're going to make sure everybody follow you. And matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and throw that song right back on so they can hear it in full.
Yes,
and we rocking with Gasner the artist. We definitely thank you for reaching out to Velvet Vibez podcast. We're going to go ahead and get you worldwide. Yeah.
Like Tennessee fireworks got me tripping in the back of my truck under the Big Dipper. I had a lot of sugar, baby, that's a fact. But ain't nobody kiss me like that. Gotta re-up. Lives like cotton, she's a pretty little thing. Got her tattoo showing through the hole in her jeans. And I met her in the summer at a Whole Foods store. She's the healthiest thing that I ever saw. And had to make my move on her real quick. We hit it off real good, so we kicked it. Even though I just met her, I had to see her another night.
They say too much of anything ain't good for you, but I can't get enough, girl, I gotta re-up.
Like Tennessee fireworks got me tripping in the back of my truck under the Big Dipper. I had a lot of sugar, baby, that's so fine. But ain't nobody kiss me like that. Gotta re-up, re-up, re-up. I gotta re-up, re-up. I gotta re-up, re-up. I can't get enough, I just gotta re-up. Give me some more of the same old thing. Put that lipstick on me. I can keep you on repeat, rewind you all the time. Bring pretty little self here real quick. You make me feel real good, kinda tipsy. Even though we just met, girl, can I see you one more time?
They say too much of anything ain't good for you, but I can't get enough, girl, I gotta re-up.
Like Tennessee fireworks got me tripping in the back of my truck under the Big Dipper. I had a lot of sugar, baby, that's so fine. But ain't nobody kiss me like that. Gotta re-up, re-up, re-up. I gotta re-up, re-up. I gotta re-up, re-up. I can't get enough, I just gotta re-up.
For sure, I'm feeling kinda kosher. I love the way she be walking, showing them curves. I blow her kisses when I FaceTime her. I show her respect and I barely know her. I'm loving the way that she making me feel. I never for something so rare. I can see myself being around her